Hey folks, good morning. I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We got a little gray filter there on the screen. We could see it. We apologize. We're working on some lighting this morning. Hope you had a great weekend. It rained a little bit. But last week we were not in the office for the most part. And Friday we were up in Blue Ridge, so we're actually just now getting some things back together here in the studio. So apologize for some lighting, like I said, some lighting work that we need to do. That's our email address, our phone number, and all the social media ways you could follow us. Now, Samantha is in this morning, and Sam, let me just say this, is let me know when you can, when we have the pictures in. We're working on our camera, so we're a little behind on some of the pictures. Let me get my picture numbers up again. Whenever we can get number 38 so I can explain the sports show, let me know, and then I'll give you time to get the rest of them in. All right, folks, so let me say this. First of all, Savannah, Georgia, be careful down there. The Republicans are coming. This coming weekend is the Georgia State Republican Party Convention. About 0.5% of the state of Georgia knows that. Even the Republicans, the people that vote Republican, probably most of you don't know that. I don't know how many people actually pay attention when the Republican Party convention, your state convention is happening, and you're going to get a new state GOP leader, and so on and so forth. But that's this weekend in Savannah. I want to make an announcement. We're, I don't know if the word is revamping, but we're redoing our complete sports show, Instant Replay. It will not air today. We apologize for it not airing, but we want to welcome Lauren Hunter. Lauren will be, that's number 38, I think. Lauren, she will be here starting tomorrow. She joins Team FYN Sports and FYNTV.com. And starting next Monday, we'll be doing some promo work this week. Lauren and Dave Gardner. So next Monday, Instant Replay with Lauren Hunter and Dave Gardner. We'll be back. We're going to make some changes, work on some things this week, so we bring you a quality sports show every Monday at 10 a.m. So thank you there for that, Sam. Now, let me ask you a question. What is the appeal? And I want you to think about this. What is the appeal of Joe Biden to black voters? Now, I'm very serious. Do you think Bernie Sanders is now feeling the burn of the DNC corruption? How many candidates, let's ask this question, how many Democrat candidates understand their role and their position in the corruption of the DNC? And how many of the 22 candidates really think there should be a fair chance for them to become their party's nominee? Seriously. Now, do you have 3 ready? All right, whenever you can, when you get number 3, let me have that. I want to know, and we're going to talk about this a little more later in the show. I want to know how sleepy, creepy Joe Biden, okay, and there's number 3 on the screen. How is sleepy, creepy Joe Biden at 46% in South Carolina, with Bernie Sanders pulling a 15%, and then Kamala Harris, which she is claiming to be African American, but she is not. Kamala Harris is not African American, folks. She is not, okay? But Kamala Harris, that is claiming and pretending to, or trying to pull off the look of a African American woman. Cory Booker, I mean, there's only one way to put this. He is the black guy. Have you been to South Carolina lately? Have you seen the actual makeup of the South Carolina Democrat Party? What is the appeal of Joe Biden at 46%? Do they really think he could beat Donald Trump? I'm just asking that a question. We will get more into that a little later. How about that? Now, obviously, if you have number 7, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, I guess it's just a generational thing. I didn't get the reference, okay? I didn't get the reference. I guess it's just a generational thing. Who is he talking about? Hold on here, let me pull this up. That would be Alfred E. Newman. Alfred E. Newman. And I want to tell you something that was really funny because we were in a conversation Saturday night, and whenever you get to it, number 39, we're in a conversation Saturday night, and it was on a whole different subject. I forget what it was about, and someone looked at me and said, "Well, what about the media going crazy over an Alfred E. Newman reference, right?" The president calling Pete Buttigieg Alfred E. Newman. And I just had a look on my face like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't get it. And then I said, you know who I really think Pete Buttigieg looks like? The guy on the cover of Mad Magazine. The individual looked at me like, okay, really? So that is the new reference of Pete Buttigieg from the President of the United States. So now you may ask me when I am going to get serious and when I am going to talk about tariffs and when am I going to talk about what Trump is doing with China right now and the tariffs. But before I do, don't you get a warm, don't you get like a warm fuzzy feeling when you think of the Holocaust? Really? Oh my God. Give me number 27 when you get there. There's a kind of calm feeling. Calm feeling. I always tell folks when I think of the Holocaust. What? There's a kind of calm feeling. Thank you, Sam. I always tell folks when I think of the Holocaust and the tragedy of the Holocaust and the fact that it was my ancestors, the Palestinians. Democrat Representative Rashida Tlaib, I think, Tlaib, I think. And then we have the Chinese tariffs, right? We have President Trump, okay? And here is the gloom and doom duo of America. There you go. I like that, the gloom and doom duo of America. Let's go with number 6 if you have it ready there, Sam. Markets set for massive decline as Trump tweets, "We are right where we want to be with China." Okay, now, so with the Democrats telling you there's a constitutional crisis, all right? We're in the middle of I don't even know how you got out of bed this morning. I really don't. I do not know how you're heading off to work. And I'm really concerned that your next stop at Walmart, you will be so concerned that something went up 37 cents, or you have to pick, or you decided to pick something made in America and not China. But we're going to talk about China, all right? Because I think if we're going to take the time and we're going to bring up the tariffs and the trade deal, do you remember bailing out General Motors? Do you? Do you remember Los Alamos? Do you remember that China did not have the technology necessary for short-range nuclear missiles? Do you remember any of that? See, you are led to believe that we should say Russia 72 times a day. And we should be led to believe that Vladimir Putin is steering our ships and controlling our White House and cracking the code on our next election. And that is our biggest fear. How many of these doom and gloom sayers of America, the duo, the gloom doom duo of America right there, how many of them on CNN, MSNBC, the morning shows, ever talk about China? Ever talk about probably our biggest concern that we need to have: hacking intellectual property, stealing our nuclear intelligence? Where do you think that North Korea got their nuclear intelligence from? Do you think all these little 4-foot 6-inch people over there, because they're malnutrition, you think the malnutrition, do you think they figured out? So obviously North Korea has some scientists, obviously. Obviously they have some nuclear scientists. Obviously they have paid with Rice, right? In Dennis Rodman videos, nuclear scientists to come in and develop their nuclear program. Every time you hear Russia, remember, Russia is a diversion of what really happens in this world. They don't want you to know. Look, we're going to take a brief break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about China. Then we're going to go into the Democrat constitutional crisis. We'll get into all that, but I want to give Sam a chance to get all the pictures ready so we can adjust some lighting and the cameras that we want to work on. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Good morning from the office with BKP. Take us a break, Sam.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, let's tell everybody how they can get in touch with the show. That right here, 9700. You can text me at any time. Tell me what you think. Now, before we go into anything else, let's do this. Let me get my pictures up here and make sure. Give me number 31. Okay? Film and TV producers vow to stop shooting in Georgia. Major studios take wait-and-see posture towards new abortion law. Now, CNN at 4 a.m. this morning and the media is trying to make it look like that Georgia is going to, this is part of the political playbook for the Democrats, the film and TV producers. So let me just say this, if you're watching, and the only reason I want to do this story this morning is if you're watching nationally and you're saying, wow, will the film industry leave Georgia? No, don't worry. They're going nowhere, okay? Absolutely. It's a $9 billion industry. It's going to continue to grow here, and they are going nowhere. All of these, trust me, these stars are moving to states, okay? They're moving to states with tax advantages. The businesses are moving to states with tax advantages. You got to remember, California, Hollywood is not what it used to be. The movie studio in Hollywood is not what it used to be. Georgia provides the Atlantic Ocean, mountains, okay? So many different geographical terrains in Georgia. The coastal areas, mountain, city, southern towns, whatever they want. It's provided in Georgia. And the other thing is, and I'm going to tell you this, you're saying, well, what is this about? The fetal heartbeat bill that Governor Brian Kemp signed, that is one of the toughest in the United States. And the ACLU, I think the ACLU, I told you last week when he signed it, I said 5 minutes after he signs it, they will file the lawsuits. Well, they didn't file the lawsuits, but 5 minutes after they signed it, they were all out making their comments about the opposition of the fetal heartbeat bill here in Georgia. That is the closest maybe in the United States that makes abortion basically illegal. That being said, keep in mind, anybody out there, don't get nervous in Georgia. They're going nowhere. Because you remember in Indiana, okay? You remember in Indiana. I want to ask you a question. When is the last damn time you were watching TV and you saw a Angie's List commercial, right? When? Angie's List, right? Now you check this out. I'm just doing it by memory. Remember the religious freedom. Now this is back with Mike Pence, and that's why Mike and I got a minor problem. Yeah, I got a little minor problem with Pence because Pence didn't have the guts. I know you don't like me saying it, but Mike Pence didn't have the guts because remember in Indiana when they passed their religious liberty, religious freedom bill in Indiana, and Pence went to sign it, and when he signed it, they freaked out, and Angie's List was Indianapolis was going to collapse, and Indiana was going to collapse. The businesses were all going to leave, okay? They were all going to leave. Angie's List was going to leave, take 5,000 jobs somewhere else. I mean, the list went on, right? And Pence collapsed on that. He did. And they made some modifications to the bill. I wish somebody would do the research on the state of Indiana and see what the outcome of job loss, real job loss. Well, let me tell you, America, anywhere you're watching, our governor, Brian Kemp, has the guts. He's the man that had the courage and the guts to campaign on this issue. He is pro-life. He is the man and the governor that has the guts and the courage to sign the bill, and he will not let Hollywood. He is the man that has the courage not to let the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, Hollywood, tell him or us here in Georgia what to do, period. okay? Hollywood had everything they wanted. Higher taxes. Hollywood was the greatest LGBTQF community. F is for flamers. I always believe you got to have that on there. Hollywood had the great, LGBTQ respect there for their community. They will kill babies at any time. I'm sorry, you don't like that, but it's just true, and it doesn't bother them. They will just third trimester. So Hollywood had everything they wanted in the film industry. Give me number 32, Sam. Here we go. It's just another picture. Major studios take wait-and-see posture towards new abortion law. And this is the ACLU is going to be stand with Planned Parenthood. The ACLU is going to be filing a lawsuit, protect women's health rights and self-determination. And then give me number 33. Okay, I don't even know who this is, who David Simon is. You may can only speak for my production company. We don't know who the hell you are. Our comparative assessments of locations for upcoming development will pull Georgia off the list until we can ensure the health options and civil liberties of our female colleagues and are unimpaired. So what does that mean? So when you Hollywood lefties get here and you're shooting a movie or you're shooting a commercial or whatever the hell you do in your business, and one of your lefty, gets pregnant, just saying while, working, and, you got to be ensured that you're not going to lose millions of dollars, and she's going to have to be able to run over, get a quick abortion, get back on the, scene for the next take tomorrow. You don't like that. You don't like because I just call it. What the hell's wrong with you damn people? We're going to pull Georgia off the list. Well, we don't know who the hell you are. Okay? Here's one I like, number 34. Who the hell is Killer Films? Number 34, Killer Films will no longer consider Georgia as a viable shooting location until this ridiculous law is overturned. Sorry. So Killer Films, go back to your killer home, wherever the hell it is. Go back. Let me tell you something. You take a Netflix. Now, I, for one, let's get clear, I'm not in favor of the film industry not paying taxes. I personally don't like this. I don't care if you all leave. I know I've got people out there freaking out. This is a $9 billion industry. You don't know what it's done for our community. I get it, all right? Forget the abortion for a minute, okay, folks? Pay attention. If you're out there anywhere in the United States of America and you're listening in, okay, our former governor, which I never liked, there you go. You got confused on that one? Nathan Deal, never cared for it. Always remember, we're talking about a U.S. representative of the 9th District, Nathan Deal, that was a Democrat. Actually, he was always a Democrat. Nathan Deal was never a Republican. So you take a guy that was going to be brought up on ethics charges in the House of Representatives, he resigned. He retired, came back home. So he didn't have to be brought up on ethics charges. Georgia, what did we do? We made him governor. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. But Nathan Deal imported our Democrat voters. So every time you hear Georgia, okay? Every time you hear Georgia, let's get this clear, is becoming a purple state. Actually, we have Republicans to thank for it. That's right. They imported. For 8 years we heard Georgia is the number one state to do business with in the United States. Hey, that was awesome. $9 billion film industry, awesome. Job growth, awesome. Budget blowing up. Absolutely blowing up. Our state budget in Georgia has gone up $6.5 billion in 6 years. Almost $7 billion. $7 billion in 6 years. Nathan Deal imported. So America out there, if you're in a state, okay, that's giving away, this is where I'm getting to, giving away enormous tax breaks. I understand, I don't have it pulled up. I understand Netflix paid zero. I don't know. Because I will tell you this, don't worry. With the tax advantages in Georgia, you think Netflix is going anywhere? You think Tyler Perry's leaving? You think those studios are closing down? Hell no. But don't forget, I'm not in favor of the tax breaks for the movie industry. I'm not. Maybe some, but not what we went and did here in Georgia. So don't forget, every time you hear Georgia's a blue state, Nathan Deal spent 8 years, that Democrat, you know, let me tell you, he got us in the long run because he's a Democrat. He'll always be a Democrat, and he is probably laughing his ass off as still a Democrat in a phony Republican suit that soon Georgia will be a blue state again if headed in the direction it's currently going. And it's turned purple only because of we imported. Let me tell you something else. I get tired of it. People damn lying to you all the time. Okay? Now, there was a $250,000 vote difference when the last time Governor Nathan Deal ran against Jason Carter. He won by 250,000 votes. Now the entire country and the AJC are making Stacey Abrams out to be some damn hero that she's not. She registered around the state all of these people, okay? Registered all these voters. Stacey Abrams did. And they're talking about Stacey Abrams being some damn hero that closed the gap. You will hear that the Republican gap, the Republican-Democrat gap for governor in the state of Georgia went from 250,000 votes to 50,000. Don't think for one damn minute that the Democrats found 200,000 votes out of what Stacey Abrams went and signed up. They found a heck of a lot of votes out of what Nathan Deal imported into this state. Don't forget it. Film industry's not going to leave. Don't worry about it. Media's trying to make some hype out of it. But if you're out there in America, we have a Governor Brian Kemp that took over for the Democrat. You realize Brian Kemp is the first real Republican governor in Georgia since the 1800s or whatever? Do you realize that? You realize everybody cheers for Sonny Perdue? Okay, I get it. I'm not saying Sonny Perdue's a bad guy, but you realize Sonny Perdue was not a Republican governor. He was a Democrat that, switched to an R. You realize Nathan Deal, after he beat Roy Barnes, you got Sonny Perdue there as the Republican, and then everybody cheered, and then you have Nathan Deal. Brian Kemp is Georgia, for you out there listening, is Georgia's first real lifelong Republican, and the governor with the guts and courage to sign the fetal heartbeat bill, and he will not back down. And we will not back down to Georgia to Killer Films or whoever the hell you are that says you're not going to put Georgia on your production list until the abortion law is overturned. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a brief break. We'll come back and talk about China right after these messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. Sam, tell them how they can get in touch with us. And let's get this rolling. There you go. There's our phone number, chief@fetyournews.com, and all the social media ways you can follow the show. Again, just a brief announcement here before we get to our 9 o'clock hour. We will not be airing... and Sam, I didn't think about it. Let's put that announcement that the instant replay will return on all of our Facebook pages next Monday, and the date there, because we will not be airing our sports show this morning. We're rebuilding the show to bring a better product. I will tell you this right here. Anytime we do something here, we're a small network, obviously, and anytime we do something here, we do not accept a bad product. And we're not saying we just will not produce a bad product. If after the show there's something we got to work on, or whatever the case may be, we do it. And instant replay, we've had to make some adjustments on that show. And we have Lauren Hunter is joining us this week, Team FYN Sports, and Dave Garner, so they will bring a quality show next week, something we can be proud of, and it'll be back next week. I don't know if we should call it new and improved, but we're making some pretty big changes to our sports show, Instant Replay. Now, getting back to that, Sam, give me number... hang tight here. I'll find it in a second. Give me number 36. Okay. And we're going to go through these just a little bit here. Okay. All right. Bill Clinton, former leader of China. We'll get into that. Just let's stay there with that one. Give me number I have it here in just a second. We're going to go through these and then we'll get it up. Give me number 23. U.S. trade war continues. Now, did you see, Sam, can you remember the number on the last one? Because I want it back in just a second. Now, do you see the difference? We're going to go into this, and I'm going to explain the difference. Now, this is President Xi. Is that his name in China? Okay. U.S.-China trade wars continue. White House has begun process of adding tariffs to all remaining Chinese imports. And there's your president, Donald J. Trump, okay? And I think his name's Xi, President Xi there in China, okay? Now look at that. because I'm going to tell you the media will not talk to you about what the President of the United States had laying on his desk when he got there when it comes to China. Now, let's go back to that last visit. There you go. Remember, you have a president and the leader of China. You have a president and the leader of China. Okay? Now, let me go into this. Let me go to number 20. Now, I'm building up what the media, they are trying to scare you into not going out of the house because your household appliances, okay, your household appliances, your clothing, okay, handbags, leather goods, seafood, sorry, Charlie, fruits and vegetables, furniture, electronic device parts. CNN Business here, U.S.-China trade world. Trump raises tariffs on $200 billion of Chinese goods. Okay? So this is what they're putting you in fear of right now. All right? Now let's go to number 14. These are some tweets that the President of the United States put out. I think that China felt they were being beaten so badly in the recent negotiation that they may as well wait for another election. Why would they think they should wait for another election? Because of our media? Leave that one up there till I finish up, Sam. Why would they think they should wait till another election? Because of our media telling you Trump will not win? Because Biden and the Democrats will roll over for the Chinese once again, along with the rest of the world? How do you feel when the president says, Donald Trump, we will no longer be the nation's piggy bank? I love that, all right? But see, they think, Trump is saying they think they need to just wait till 2020. To see if they could get lucky to have a Democrat win, in which case they would continue to rip off the U.S. for $500 billion a year. Continue to rip off the U.S. You have to stop this madness with China somewhere. Somewhere. Okay? Now, Nixon opened up China. Great. George H. Bush, as the ambassador to China, they opened up China. Fine. The bottom tweet there, the only problem is that they know I'm going to win. Best economy and employment numbers in U.S. history and much more. And the deal would become worse for them if it has to be negotiated in the second term. Would be wise for them to act now, but love collecting big tariffs. Now, the media is going nuts over that because, one, he's claiming he's going to win again. Two, he's telling China, I win again. You better make your deal now because I win re-election, it's going to get worse. Okay? And also, the big tariffs. Do you realize there's been tariffs put on already? Now, I'm not an economist, and I like to be careful with this. I am not an economist. I cannot directly tell you everything economically with tariffs will be okay. But do you realize the American people, our economy, they are powering through? Remember what would happen when we put tariffs on steel? I tell you, most Americans do not realize the dumping of cheap steel, what happened in this country, by how bad our industries have been hurt. Our steel industries have been hurt by the dumping of cheap steel in this country by the Chinese. Absolute dumping. And then they tried to lie to you. The Chinese tried to lie to you, and the media, would you guess they tried to lie to you at the same time? They said, you know, the Chinese did not dump as much cheap steel as the president says they did. Because we have a rule here, and we have a rule here that you can only import so much steel from a country. And the Democrats know this is a corrupt way to do business, and they didn't care. So did the other Republicans. I mean, look, do you think it's Russia is 100% the reason they did not want Donald Trump as president of the United States? Because Republicans alike, Mitt Romney, John McCain, George W. Bush, Mitch McConnell, Republicans alike Democrats have had these deals of imports that they continue to lie to the American people as American industries have collapsed. So they will tell you, well, China doesn't dump cheap steel in the country over and above what they're able to send. Because we have an import rule on dumping cheap steel. But guess what? Let me say this for the dumbasses of the world out there that don't catch on. If you will Google the biggest influence in Africa, have to pause. The biggest influence in Africa, the continent of Africa, is China. Not America, not Great Britain after they tucked tail and ran. No. Obama wanted to end colonialism across the world, the globe. And in that, China. So, China's only allowed to ship so much steel a year. And when they run out of their allotment, they use other countries. If you go look and you do a list of countries that import steel into this country, and then you look at the countries that are importing steel here, that have no steel industry whatsoever. They have no mines. They have no steel industry whatsoever. But they're importing. Why? Because China's sending it to them and they're sending it to you so China can dump steel. Guess what? President of the United States said no. Absolutely not. No more. He put tariffs on it, right? Did we make it through? Do you not remember a year ago you were not going to buy a dishwasher? You were not going to buy a washer and dryer because of the tariffs? Do you remember that? Do you remember it would move up an average washer by $25 and a dryer by $25? The steel import. You remember any of that? The media wants you to have this fear so the corruption of Washington, D.C. can continue through the dumping of these products from China into the United States of America. All right, tariffs. Get into that in a minute. Number 13, they're absolutely loving, okay? They're loving yesterday on Fox News Sunday, Larry Kudlow. Now, this is MSNBC at 5 o'clock this morning. Yesterday on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace, I watched it, and Larry Kudlow played down tariffs' impact on consumers. So he said yesterday, Chris Wallace, but Kudlow, is it not true that we will pay the tariffs when they come in? And Kudlow finally said, well, yeah, when they come in, we pay the tariffs. So they are doubling down. Number 12. Trump tariffs costing U.S. consumers $1.4 billion per month, study shows. Tariffs were almost completely passed through into U.S. domestic prices so that the entire incidence of the tariffs fell on domestic consumers, the paper finds. There's a study out there. Where the hell were these studies when Bill Clinton was selling our technology to China? So we're going to get into this in just a minute. Let's see what else I have. Let's see. I think we did this. This is the doom and gloom of America. Market set for massive decline. Number 6, Sam. Market set with massive decline as Trump tweets, we are right where we want to be with China. All right. Let me see if I have anything else here before we go. All right. Leave that up for a minute, Sam. Let me go to... All right, so give me number 36. Now, this is from Capital Research Center, America's investigative think tank, all right? And this is by Matthew Vadum. I met Matthew a couple years ago, and this is December 21st, 2016. All right? With all the talks of Russians allegedly interfering in the U.S. elections, it is worth recalling that it wasn't too long ago that the previous Democrat in the White House betrayed America by working hand in hand with our communist enemies in mainland China. There you go. As President Bill Clinton essentially wiped out any strategic advantage the U.S. held by selling advanced U.S. missile technology to our enemy, the People's Republic of China. So we're talking about tariffs, we're talking about trade, and you're saying, what does this have to do with anything? Do you realize they did not have this technology, China, for their short-range missile program, nuclear missile program? Do you realize since 1999 or 95 when Bill Clinton sold it to China, go and look at the development in the North Korean nuclear program. The administration's voluntary release of all secrets of America's nuclear tests, combined with the systematic theft of the secrets that were left as a result of its lax security controls, effectively wiped out America's technological edge, David Horowitz writes in his recently published Black Book of America Level, Volume 7. The Left in Power, Clinton to Obama. Unlike the administration that preceded it, the Clinton administration accepted millions of dollars from the military intelligence services of that least one hostile foreign power. All of this was done in exchange for illegal campaign contributions from a master totalitarian country determined to eclipse the U.S. as the world superpower. President Clinton also lifted security controls, allowing thieves to access vital military technologies while disarming his own side and opposing needed defense. One more paragraph, and I know you guys don't like it when I read to you. One of the key technological breaks China received without having to spy or get it was the deliverance of the supercomputers once banned from export for security reasons, writes Horowitz. Supercomputers unpin the technology of nuclear and missile warfare, and not only for firing and controlling the missiles, a supercomputer can simulate a nuclear test and is thus crucial to the development of nuclear warheads. But according to the Washington Post editorial, in the first 3 quarters of 1998, 9 times as many supercomputers were exported to China as during the previous 7 years. Now, this is a great article, and it goes on, but Clinton gave our technological edge in nuclear warfare away to China. Now, I don't have time this morning, but the reason I say this is because now the media laughs at our president about negotiating with North Korea. You see this piece of garbage right here, Bill Clinton? I mean, you know, he gives illegal campaign contributions. I mean, you sit and you wonder, you can nowhere near, if you get off this show today and start researching for a week, you couldn't begin to come up with the timeline and go through everything of the level of corruption, the Clintons, and what they have done. I mean, there are so many reasons why these people should be in prison. They gave away our technological nuclear edge, supercomputers. They could not control, the Chinese could not control their short-range missiles or nuclear weapons in the way they do today, thanks to Bill Clinton getting illegal campaign contributions. Now, again, our media laughs at our president of the United States trying to negotiate with North Vietnam. Wonder where the technology came from for North Vietnam. Wonder how they became a nuclear player. Wonder how. Stop and think about it. Then we talked last week, we'll get to the tariffs in a minute. I'm so tired of hearing China and what our president of the United States is doing to us. He is drawing the line on everything, folks, where these people are concerned. America will not be pushed around anymore in any way, shape, or form when it comes to this president. We actually have a president of the United States that loves this country, and I know what that implies on the others. But China built, what did they build? They built those islands in the South China Sea, right? Told Obama they were going to be vacation islands for the elite Chinese out there. Bull. Military. We watched China build their first aircraft carrier. And we're talking about tariffs, and the reason I bring that up, okay, then President Clinton, Bill Clinton, and then Chinese President Jiang Zemin in 1996, that's who that is. Now, let's fast forward to another one. Hold on just a second. All right, let's go to, let me give you a picture here I want to put up. And I just want it up while I'm talking about this next story. Because put the sourpusses up. It talk about number 6, the gloom of there. Now, remember TARP? You know, when we talk about, you look at Bill Clinton there in 1996, when we talk about tariffs, okay? You're going to listen to, here's what you're going to listen to. You're going to listen that tariffs don't affect the Chinese as much as they do Americans because why? You'll hear this on all the news reports. Because we import more from China than China imports from us, right? And it's times like this that the media will not tell you the truth, that we have to tell you the truth. Why does China, we're a consumer country, so there's part of that. But why do we consume more from China than China does from us? Because our companies went to China, our dumb trade deals, President says it all the time, made it to where it was the free trade. It was easier for our companies to go to China, build their products, and send it back to us. And then what China wants to consume of our products, it's already in their country. They're not importing Cadillacs, damn it. You sent Cadillac. They're not importing so many of these products because we sent them already there. You remember TARP, little thing? You remember the auto bailout? You remember the auto bailout? Remember we bailed out General Motors? The secret history of GM's Chinese bailout. When U.S. taxpayers footed a $50 billion bill for the bailout of General Motors in 2009, few could have guessed that the biggest of Detroit's big three, out of GM, Chrysler, and Ford, would go on to import Chinese cars to the United States. Yet just 7 years after its publicly funded and highly politicized rescue, GM says it will do exactly that. They're bringing in, okay, Cadillacs. Now you have the, let me get this other one, stay there. Stay on them. This is a industry week from 2008, December 17th, 2008. GM opens new plant in China, okay? Plant will produce 150,000 vehicles annually beginning next year. If you are on the other side of this damn camera and you really feel in your heart that General Motors paid you back all the money as an American taxpayer, okay? Hell no. They never paid you back. They moved things around on their ledger sheet. We bailed them out. Beleaguered automaker General Motors. Remember, this is December 17th, 2008. Wait a minute. Why, it just dawned on me. The economy collapsed in 2009. In 2010 is when we went into the deep... So are you telling me they knew in 2008 this was coming? Wait a minute. Did they know in advance? Wait a minute. Plant will start producing 150,000 beginning next year in 2009. So how did they build a plant that fast, get over there, then take... Are you telling me they were producing cars in 2009 in China while they took our money? Folks, and these damn two people here, okay, and other liberal media want to look like the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and his tariffs and his pushback on China and say, damn it, it's over. And then when the President comes back and says, car manufacturers need to come back home, they want to make it like Donald Trump has said the craziest thing in the world. He's absolutely fruity, nutty, every possible thing. But they will not tell you this. Beleaguered automaker General Motors opened up a new joint venture manufacturing plant in northeast China on December 17th, which will begin churning out up to 150,000 vehicles annually beginning next year. The joint venture, whatever this Chinese, will mass produce the compact Chevy Cruze from the second quarter of 2009. Now, let me stop there for a minute. The joint venture. Do you realize you do not go to China and do business without the government of China setting you up with your partner? So your Apple computer, and you want to do business in China because there's a billion little Chinese running around, all right? And billion little Chinese running around, and you want to do business in China, so you go over there and you apply, you put your paperwork in, you send it to the government. The government then says, oh, come on over. It's an arranged marriage, folks. And you get there and say, okay, I want to build my plan, I want to do, good. Here is, Ching, all right? What? Yeah, this is your partner. This is the corporation. You're going to have a joint, here's your joint venture. And then what you do is the joint venture they have to know everything. And you build your little factory. You don't have one business in China that does not have a government partner, a joint venture. They don't tell you that, okay? The opening of this plant is part of GM's ongoing pledge to grow their operations in China, said Kevin Whale, president of the GM China Corporation. The plant will be operated by General Motors China and its joint venture partners, Shanghai, whatever, Automotive Industrial Corporation Group, okay? So you got Shanghai GM. GM and their venture partner. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks. All right? Let me see something. They're going to start putting the Cadillac, China. You see this? In 2008, plant's going to put out 150,000 vehicles annually. Ship them here. And what they don't want to drive over there, you see, General Motors is a popular car in China. We could be importing General Motors to China. They'd pay for it. We just went over there and made a deal, and then we're sending the cars they don't want to drive, we're sending the leftovers back over here. We'll take a brief break because we're not done. You're hearing China tariffs all day long, okay? But you need to hear the truth. Your president of the United States is not nutty, all right? It's really irritating and aggravating every time they try to paint your president of somebody that's just off the wall, especially when it comes to things like China. We're not done. Let's take a brief break, Sam. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I think we're talking about China. Hey, you know, Doris Day died. I know some of you out there wondering, what am I talking about? But, all right, so now we continue to talk about the media out there. We'll stay with it just a little longer. Stay with me just a little longer. China and the tariffs, okay? So Trump has one chance, and this is a lot of times, and let me say it like this, because I do not like to play the doom and gloom game. I do not. I don't think we're on the edge of not existing as a country, but I do think we are on the edge of just a couple more moves in this chess game of the world map, that we no longer exist as the country you grew up in, or that have the freedom that you think you have this morning. I think we're only a couple moves away. I think we're only a couple moves away to where we're actually, you will be left with the impression that you still have a constitution. You will be left with an impression you still have a Congress, a president, a Supreme Court. I think that is going to stay for quite some time as we move towards what Joe Biden and a mix between the EU and the way China, not Russia, the way China runs their economy. Okay, I don't think the socialist Democrats, I don't think the Nancy Pelosi's, Chuck Schumer, or Joe Biden's of the world would have any problem with any American company or any company that comes into this country of having to have a joint venture partner from the government. I just really think that's down the road. So we've talked about, and when I say that, President Trump, I feel he is in the term of any president, 45, that you fix it or it's over. I mean, you could scream globalist all day long. You're going to learn the realities of it if Trump is not successful and you and I do not support the president on this. Because what we've talked about this morning is, you know what? GM and these corporations knew all along, and they sent your factories over there knowing they had to have partners, okay, in the factories. Clinton sold your edge, your nuclear edge to China, and your technological advances we have in nuclear weapons, he just gave them away for illegal campaign contributions. And we know, and let me get to the last one I want to look at, and this is actually just March 1st, 2019, all right? Let's go to, well, I don't have a picture. 1 in 5 corporations say China. And this is from Eric Rosenbaum, and this is CNBC, and this is March 1st, 2019. 1 in 5 corporations say China has stolen their IP, intellectual property, within the last year. Okay? Theft of intellectual property by Chinese companies is a major point of contention between the Trump administration and Chinese government. Just under 1/3 of CFOs of North American-based companies on CNBC Global CFO Council say Chinese firms have stolen them at the same point during the past decade. U.S. trade policy remains a negative for business around the world, but right now Europe CFOs are expressing the biggest concerns about trade policy as an external risk factor, okay? Your intellectual property, okay? Your intellectual property, companies. So we've talked about that. Nobody's talking about that. And I got one more, and I might back away, but I got one more after that. So our corporations, you're going to hear the media say we send more to China than they do to us. Why? Our corporations went to China. Okay? The Chinese have stolen the iPhone technology. They have stolen your automobile technology. They have stolen your nuclear, your weapons technology. The intellectual property, anything we develop in this country, instead of exporting it to China, our country, made it conducive and we actually invited our companies through our tax structure and our regulations. Who wants to build a plant here? I mean, EPA. If you want to build a plant in the United States of America, there's plants that 8, 10, 12 years to get all the permits and get through everything in court just to break ground, and that's not a joke. They go to China, they get the permits, they build. Our tax structure, all the above. We sent our jobs to China. We sent our factories to China. We gave our corporations the bailout like GM. But now they're sending our products back to us. And when they go to China, they have to have that partner, I keep saying, and they're stealing everything we have. Trump knows that, folks. He cannot go soft. This is it. Jim Finkel and Christopher Bing at Reuters, in the technology news in Reuters, this is December 11th, 2018, China's hacking against U.S. on the rise. And the Democrats want you to feel that we have a constitutional crisis because Trump was not found to be colluding with Russia. China's hacking against U.S. on the rise, U.S. intelligence official. A senior U.S. intelligence official said Tuesday that Chinese cyber activity in the United States has risen in recent months, targeting critical infrastructure in what may be attempts to lay groundwork for future disruptive attacks. We worry that they are pre-positioning against critical infrastructure and trying to be able to do types of disruptive operations that would be the most concern, National Security Agent Office Rob Joyce said at a Wall Street Journal cybersecurity conference. Joyce, a former White House cyber advisor for Donald J. Trump, did not elaborate. A spokeswoman for the NSA and Joyce were referring to digital attacks against the United States energy, financial, transportation, and healthcare sectors. The comments are not notable because the U.S. complaints about China hacking have to date focused on espionage and intellectual property theft, not effort to disrupt critical infrastructure. China denied it. China denied it. All right? Let's go with one more. And I mean, I'm going to get away from this, and then I'm going to take another break so I can get set up on something else. I get totally away from China. Breach at Los Alamos. Anybody remember Los Alamos? A special report. China stole nuclear secrets for bombs, U.S. aides say. Why, I wouldn't think that. I mean, March 6, 1999? Secrets for bombs? Working with nuclear secrets stolen from American government laboratories, China had made a leap in the development of nuclear weapons and of its bombs, of its bombs, according to administrative officials. I can't get that many syllables out. Until recently, China's nuclear weapons design were a generation behind the United States, largely because Beijing was unable to produce small warheads that could be launched from a single missile at multiple targets and form the backbone of the modern nuclear force. Well, until Los Alamos, until the Clintons, until the illegal campaign funds contributions the Clintons received from China, they were a decade behind of being able to launch short-range missiles. Wait a minute, let me see if I can do that. Largely because Beijing was unable to produce small warheads that could be launched from single missile to multiple targets and from the backbone of the modern nuclear force. So what you're telling me is these small warheads that Rocket Man, Kim Jong-un, the dictator in North Korea, is slapping on those short-range missiles and testing. Wonder where that technology came from. I wonder if it ended up from Los Alamos to China. I wonder if everything Clinton and Hillary gave the Chinese made it over to North Korea. And now we have a media, a deep state media, the enemy of the people of the United States of America, that want to run 24-hour newscast telling you that these tariffs will collapse our economy. Okay, we'll just stay with that. They forget to tell you everything else. But by the mid-90s, China had built and tested such small bombs as breakthrough that officials say was accelerated by the theft of American nuclear secrets from Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico. It was detected in 1995. It had been going on all the way back in the 80s. The Chinese. You know the one thing, okay? You know the one thing that we did not say with any of those stories? Russia. Now, I am by no means sitting here advocating for Russia. I am by no means sitting here telling you Russia's not corrupt. I am by no means sitting here telling you that Russia has not tried to hack our computer systems and tried to hack our elections. I don't know. I am no way in the world telling you that. But if you take the media and what is actually priority, to them, it is the Russians spending $90,000, a couple oligarchs spending $90,000 on Facebook ads in Wisconsin and Michigan and Minnesota or wherever. And remember, Russia, Donald Trump was found not, $35 million investigation, Donald Trump was found not to be guilty of any kind of campaign collusion with the Russians, which means without a crime, you cannot have obstruction, but they all are going crazy over Russia, and nobody talks about China. The only problem they see with China is that tariffs. But Donald Trump sees everything I just reported, everything. And Donald Trump knows if you don't financially, with intellectual, if we don't break the back of China now, remember all those years we were in fear of them selling our treasury bonds or whatever? Donald Trump knows it's now or never. And the Chinese would love to have Joe Biden. God, would they love to have Joe Biden. Because Donald Trump is going to stop it. We're not the world's piggy bank anymore. And I'm tired of them making fun of my president of the United States in North Korea, knowing good and well that the technology to do everything that Kim Jong-un is doing now probably came via China, via Clinton's, via America. I'm going to take a break and we'll come back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ella, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Show them how they can get in touch with the show here, Sam. There you go. And there's our phone number, email address, social media. Now, yesterday was Mother's Day, and people are probably wondering why it took me to 9:40 a.m. to highlight Mother's Day. Yesterday, I don't want to say I went against my belief, but I went against my social media belief yesterday, and I made a Mother's Day post. I don't generally do that stuff, but I did anyhow. So let me say this, okay? And let me put this in the time machine for you. Give me number 39. All right. Now, this is Mayor Pete. All right. And that's Mayor Pete. All right. And let's go ahead, go with number 7. Buttigieg said that's what President Trump, that's not 7. Yeah, that's 30. You're going to upset the audience. You just shocked them. All right, number 7. Number 7, there it is. I guess it's just a generational thing. I didn't get the reference. Look, dude, Mad Magazine, really? I'm sorry, maybe you didn't get the reference. And then number 8, Alfred E. Newman cannot become president of the United States, he said. Comparing Buttigieg to the ironic, boyish Mad Magazine cartoon character. And then let's go with number 9. Trump hits Buttigieg. Alfred E. Newman cannot become president of the United States. Leave that there for a minute. Now, let me say this and we'll move on, all right? Getting through my pictures this morning. If Joe Biden or any Democrat is elected, all right, they will create a new cabinet position. Yes, it will happen. There'll be a new cabinet position. And it will be the secretary of the LGBTQF community, flamers, okay? Seriously. And Mayor Pete may not be, now you know he's openly gay, he's got a husband, he's on his honeymoon. I mean, who is the mother in this Mother's Day picture? I'm just saying, I just like to know out there. I mean, you have, so let me finish this first. So Mayor Pete is openly gay, right? And if not president, they plan to make him the first secretary of the LGBTQ, okay, diversity coalition, something, whatever. And he will take on all of these holidays that imply a gender. You think I'm joking? Did you think you would ever live to see the White House, your White House of the United States of America, lit up with rainbow colors? Did you? Oh, no, you didn't. Yes. Mother's Day is right. Father's Day, it's right down the road. You do not realize yesterday the enormous amount of transgenders. It's sickening, folks. The gay, lesbian community, transgender, that's all up in arms of what a mother is. I mean, how many posts out there? Just telling you. I mean, taking mom out to dinner, getting her a flower and cleaning the house. That ship has sailed. What if you got 2 dads? Who's the mom? What do you get a Mother's Day card for? I don't know what the hell. You think I'm crazy, okay? But that's fine. You can continue to think I'm crazy. Let's start through. Give me number 1. Gotta go through my pictures to close out. And number 1 there is Joe Biden, Barack Obama. And is that Hunter Biden? Is that Joe's son at the ball game where they're all backslapping each other? Is that Hunter Biden that was dishonorably discharged from the military for cocaine? Is that his name, Hunter Biden? That when his brother Beau Biden died of brain cancer, he moved in on his wife, left his wife, moved in on Beau's wife, and now they're separated? I don't know. Is this the Hunter Biden that after being dishonorably discharged got the position where he was making $50,000 a month and it was like connected somewhere to Ukraine? Wow. That may be him, folks. Number 2. Is that Joe Biden with the Ukrainian leader there? Maybe an oligarch, maybe somebody, I don't know who that is. Is that Joe with Ukraine? Interesting. Let's just, when I say that, you need to take the time to go research Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, Ukraine, Barack Obama. Folks, corruption, it's not an isolated incident. Number 4, polls. Biden has big lead in early primaries. Now, at no time do I feel we should ever feel sorry for Democrats, but for those Democrats out there that really feel after Hillary Clinton cheated your Bernie Sanders, after you feel that without telling, you won't admit it, that you're happy that WikiLeaks cracked the DNC server, not the Russians, and released all these emails showing how bad Bernie Sanders got screwed. After you feel, hey, you know what, it was so exposed. Sadly, now that you know you Democrat voters that Seth Rich was really killed possibly by somebody within the DNC, just say it is possible. Now that you've been led to believe by Perez that, and Ellis up there in Minnesota, DNC, Chair Tom Perez, that you have the best chance, your candidates, at winning, and the superdelegate thing, all of the fixes, all of the crooked stuff that was going on in the DNC is done and over with. Everybody has a fair chance. So 23 people jump in, and here's this 76-year-old guy. He'll be 78 if elected. He's had how many facelifts? Okay. He has no hair. He's only got a little hair hanging on the top of his head that he had implanted years ago, right? He may have had recently a light stroke, just saying. He can't get through 28 minutes, okay? He's probably wearing Depends for men's activewear. This is not a joke, all right? Maybe he's got a leaking problem. I don't know. I would say, you know, he's got to put his teeth in a jar. I mean, I don't know where I'm going with this, but do you feel the burn again of corruption? This guy's got the lead. Now, here's the thing that's interesting to me. I had it just a minute ago here, Sam. I had it a minute ago. Where's that? Make sure I got everything set here. Go back to number 3. And we'll move on from Biden this morning. This is South Carolina. The Post and Courier, South Carolina. South Carolina 2020 Democrat nomination. Joe Biden, 46%. He is up 10 since February. Okay? Up 10 since February. Bernie Sanders, 15. And you get all the way down to the only guy that I really think is maybe black, African American, Cory Booker, he's only at 4%. So you want me to believe the black Democrat voters of South Carolina are waiting for Joe Biden. Now, I didn't ask you to pull this up, but we have a graphic over there, Sam. And I don't know if you could find it or you see it anywhere. It's called Joe Biden the Buffoon. It's a buffoon graphic, okay? And I don't know where he keeps it, but he's supposed to keep it for us to have in case we need to pull it up as Joe Biden the buffoon, all right? Anyhow, if you see that, just pop it up. This is from The Hill. A more disciplined Biden learns not to take the bait. This was the 12th of May, okay? A woman screamed, "You can hug and kiss me anytime," to Joe Biden at a campaign rally in Las Vegas this week. The candidate looked like he had more to say. Joe looked like he had more to say. Okay? The lady yelled, "Hey, Joe, you can hug and kiss me anytime," to Joe Biden. Joe was shaken because it looked like he had more to say. A laughing Biden, caught off guard, paused and looked down at his lectern. A few seconds later, he simply responded with a sign of the cross. "That's very nice, thank you." He finally offered some chuckling. "Oh, well, on a serious note," he then said before pivoting back to his stump speech, "it was a small moment for former Vice President, but his allies say it was also an important one. The old Joe Biden, they say, might have made an unscripted, headline-inducing comment in response to the fans' remark." So here's what they're saying, okay? Joe Biden is more disciplined. He's 70s. He's wearing a shock collar. Biden's wearing a shock collar. Is that what it is? They got a shock collar. And they got somebody over there, he's wearing the shock collar. It's like when somebody says something in the audience and Biden's about to say something stupid, you see him go like that. Right? I'm serious. They got something. And then I would like for you to read the other article, how the Obama White House engaged Ukraine to give Russia collusion narrative an early boost. But hey, Joe Biden is wearing a friggin' shock collar. All right, now the collusion, the constitutional crisis. We have talked. I didn't get into that in depth because we have talked about that over and over. Leave that alone for a couple days. The subpoenas. Now, let's go through my pictures here, Sam. Let's see. Let's go with number 10. This should wrap up the show. White House asked McGahn to declare Trump never obstructed justice. This is number 11. Jerry Nadler says Mueller will not testify this week. Mueller is still under and employed by the Department of Justice. Mueller cannot testify as a private citizen till he's released at the end of May from the Department of Justice. Done, over with. Get a number 15. McGahn declined request to declare no obstruction. They don't know all this stuff. They claimed maybe there was a note sent out to McGahn, "Hey, would you like to go ahead and make a statement?" He said, "No, probably I don't want to get involved. I'll leave it alone. I did the Mueller report. Everything I had to say is in there." Okay. Here is pencil neck shift, number 16. Dems claim a constitutional crisis. Yesterday on This Week with George Stephanopoulos, this guy, Adam Schiff, claimed and made a statement that you cannot, the constitutional Republic of America cannot withstand 4 more years of Donald Trump. Okay? Now, they're means testing. They're doing, listen, let me tell you something. This is what Dems are doing. They come out and they do this, and then they start testing it. They got companies that start testing constitutional crisis. Okay? Here is, I forget this guy's name. He was on Fox News Sunday yesterday. He is new in the presidential campaign. Number 17. He claimed a constitutional crisis. Number 18. Kamala Harris, Senator Harris, candidate, claimed a constitutional crisis. They all ran with it. They're testing it right now. Number 19. Dems claim a constitutional crisis because Robert Barr will not, testify for the House Judiciary Committee. Robert Barr, the Attorney General, House Judiciary Committee. He will not testify. He will not release the unredacted version of the Mueller report to all members of Congress. They want all the underlying evidence. Why do they want that? Because what they want is they want enough paperwork and they want to claim enough reasons that they have no other choice but to impeach the President of the United States. They want to claim they've got no choice. Why, once you look at this, we have no choice. We cannot turn back. We have to. And they also want the underlying evidence so on a daily basis, something will be leaked every single day in the press. A new disaster and constitutional crisis. Number 21. The Democrats' new and pathetically untrue soundbite is that we are in a constitutional crisis. This is a tweet from the President of the United States. They and their partners, the fake news media, are all told to say this as loud and often as possible. They are a sad joke. We may have the strongest economy in our history. All right? It's exactly right. Number 22. Democrats are demanding documents they know they have no legal right to see. They know that. They just want you to believe that they're being held up by not being able to see, including confidential communications between the president and foreign leaders and the grand jury information. Okay? Got one more note here. Number 24. Trump versus Congress. Democrats frustrated with stonewalling. All right? Here's the one, number 25. Democrats frustrated with stonewalling. House Intel chairman. We may start fining $25,000 a day to anyone in the administration that does not respond to the subpoena to testify or hand over documents. What we will do is we will bankrupt you like we did everybody else. And here, let's go with this one to finish up. Number 26. Under fire for Holocaust comments. Representative Cheney on Pelosi to take action. I actually never said, let's go with this. Number 27. There's a kind of calming feeling I always tell folks when I think of the Holocaust and the tragedy of the Holocaust and the fact that it was my ancestors, Palestinians, number 28, who lost their land and some of their lives in the name of trying to create a safe haven for Jews post the Holocaust, post the tragedy. And I love the fact that, 29, it was my ancestors that provided that in many ways, but they did it in a way that took their human dignity away. And number 30, this is Steve Scalise and Liz Cheney asking for Pelosi to condemn the Michigan Rashish Tlaib, whatever her name is, Michigan. I never thought I would see today, as long as I lived, that the Democrats would do what they had to do to try to send the Jewish vote to the Republicans. Democrats are so anti-Semitic. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Don't forget, Instant Replay will air next week. A brand new coming your way Instant Replay with Lauren Hunter and Dave Garner next Monday, our sports show at 10 a.m. And we're out, Sam. We'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m.